Hello everyone, I'd like to welcome you to today's edition of the Our America channel. My name is Thornton Prayer. I'm a citizen, a patriot, and I care very deeply about our country. Today I'd like to talk about trust and responsibility. You see, I'm going to argue that there are a lot of us who are living in a world of mistrust and distrust. We don't trust our politicians, we don't trust our government, we don't trust the experts, the elites. I'm going to say we don't even trust each other on a certain level. I think there's a lot of fear going around, and that's amplifying this lack of trust. But I'm going to kind of turn things on its head and ask you, if you're watching, ask us to start taking some responsibility for this. Because I think there's a lot of irresponsibility about what's going on in the world today. You see, it's easy to talk about what other people are doing. I understand why people don't trust the government. The government's not being responsive. I can understand why people don't trust politicians, because politicians, let's be honest, lie. They lie in order to get elected. Why do they lie? Because it works. And then we act surprised. They lied. Well, we voted for them. So why are we surprised when they do what we expect them to do and then do what we don't expect? So the problem I'm going to suggest, or the responsibility, is to start taking stock at being irresponsible. Now, I'm not trying to be, metaphysical about all this. What I'm saying is that until we, you and I, start to acknowledge that we're being irresponsible in a lot of ways, then we can't run around pointing fingers and demanding that other people be responsible. So what does this mean in practical terms? That means actually holding politicians accountable. Writing letters, going to their town halls, calling their constituent offices and talking to their staff. This is not hard work. Sitting at your, listening to the radio or sitting in front of television or, engaging in social media, Facebook or Twitter, and, doing this sort of stuff and get all riled up and jacked up about how evil they are or how stupid they are is easy. I'm going to say that's like throwing a tantrum. You ever had a little kid around, 3 or 4 year old, and they started screaming and yelling? To them, it's the end of the world. And then you got, if you're an adult dealing with that, you got to calm them down. But I'm simply saying, you're not a child. But if we're running around blaming other people and not being responsible and not trusting other people, that's on us, not on those people. So I'm going to ask us to start imposing trust on ourselves by actually acknowledging that we're the ones, you and I, as individuals, are not being trustworthy to ourselves. If you complain and moan, and I'm going to dare say bitch, about what's going on politically and socially and economically, but then you're running around talking about how other people need to fix things, that's on you. I'm not saying other people aren't responsible, let's be clear. But what I'm saying is that to just complain and to argue about why you can't trust other people, why you are justified in being enraged or even paranoid about what's going on, without trying to understand what's going on, without trying to demand accountability from our politicians, really starts with ourselves as individuals. I'm not deeply involved with what goes on with our politicians. Yeah, I sign petitions here and there online, I'm sure you do, but I stay off Facebook, I stay off Facebook and I stay off Twitter, not because I'm not interested so much, but A, I don't have the time, but more importantly, I don't want to get caught up in these games of talking a lot of junk and talking a lot of smack and trashing people and feeling like I'm doing something responsible when the reality is I'm just making a lot of noise. It's like a dog barking. Dog barks, gets really loud, and you think, oh, that dog is, he's excited or she's excited, what have you. But at the end of the day, it's just a dog barking. And I'm simply saying to you, I'm asking you that if you're running around barking about how bad this politician is or how bad that political party is or how the government this, that, or whatever, as I said in previous videos, the government is us. It's not them, it's us. And so to sit back and not be trustworthy, not imposing trust on ourselves, you cannot demand trust from other people if you're not being trustworthy yourselves, which is to be a responsible person, a responsible citizen. I'm going to say mistrust goes with your responsibility and trust goes with responsibility. If you want to trust the government, you have to be a responsible citizen. If you want to trust politicians, you have to be a responsible citizen. If you want to trust what's going on in this country, you have to be a responsible person. This video channel is my attempt to be a responsible person. Am I perfect about it? No. Do I make mistakes? Sure, of course. Are some of you who are watching this going to disagree with what I'm saying? Yeah, I understand that. But I accept responsibility for that. My goal, and I've said this in other videos, I'm going to say it again, is to try to bring this country together so we're not running around doing dangerous, dumb, and destructive stuff because we're running around letting our feelings and not trusting ourselves or each other. I'm asking you to trust me on this. I'm more than happy to trust you, but we have to be willing to acknowledge that we haven't been responsible. I'll end here. I'd be very interested for this particular video to hear anyone's thoughts in the comments section below. This is today's edition of the Our America channel. Thank you for watching.